What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Nothing But Reds podcast coming at you. Finally, after the international break, we're back. We got Liverpool versus Huddersfield. Now, this is going to be real quick opening here because right now you may even be able to hear it in the background, but I'm doing a little preview of the game, like 2 minutes. The game starts right now. It's 12:26, so the game will start in 4 minutes. And just wanted to go over real quick. So we got the lineup. We got Shaqiri, Sturridge, Lallana back in the lineup. If you remember, Klopp made those real subtle, like, watch out for Lallana marks during the week. So, makes sense that he's back in the lineup. So, we'll see what he can do. I'm really excited to see Shaqiri and Sturridge work together. Last time we played Huddersfield was a 3-0 win. So, looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with this game. But I'll kind of stop the recording here, and then I'll pick up the podcast after the game, and we'll talk about how the game went, whether we lost, won, some positive points, negative points, looking forward to the next game, things like that. All right, y'all? All right, so actually pretty incredible, man. Shaqiri links up with Salah. Salah finishes with the right foot, ends the goal drought. It's pretty incredible. This is pretty awesome. And to see Shaqiri playing right now, the ball is going to the right side a lot. Lallana is not seeing a lot of the ball. It's pretty interesting because Lallana, when he played in Klopp's side, not last year, but 2 seasons ago, when he was kind of the main man, he was the guy to control the pace or be the creative force. Him and Coutinho, right? Because they kind of played in there. But Shaqiri in there now and Salah in there. Sturridge kind of not really touching the ball much, but the ball isn't even getting to the left side of the field currently. I mean, we're only about 20-25 minutes in, so just wanted to field this off. I said I would wait till after the game, but I'm pretty into it, so I think I'm going to just make this like a live podcast. Excuse my voice, cracking. But I'm going to make this like a live podcast, like live reaction. So that's what happened now. I'm going to go watch the rest of the game. All right, y'all, stay with me. And we're back at halftime. I mean, if you've been watching the game, you can kind of see what's going on. Liverpool and Huddersfield are both playing a pressing style, which is really good. I mean, I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure Klopp and the Huddersfield coach have worked together before, or maybe he worked under Klopp and kind of learned some of his coaching tactics from him. I'm not positive on that, so in the comments, let me know if that's correct or not. But it's been an interesting half. Both teams are pressing very well. Huddersfield are pressing Liverpool, not letting Liverpool keep possession for too long, which you really don't expect from Huddersfield. I mean, from a bottom 3 team, when you play a Brighton, when you play a Huddersfield, when you play the West Broms, the teams like that, right? The teams that sit deep and then counterattack. You're really not expecting them to press, right? So watching that is making the game exciting. I'm really liking watching the game. So let's talk about what we saw in the first half. We see Shaqiri getting a lot of the ball, a lot of possession, and kind of working as the distributor, right? I mean, would y'all agree with me on that? I think Shaqiri's working as the midfield distributor. More so, kind of like Wijnaldum would be. And then Milner seems to kind of just be floating around, free roam, kind of that free roam role. Whereas Henderson, he's getting forward a little bit, but he's mainly staying back and defending, which is kind of that role that Wijnaldum would play. This is my observation of it. Now, looking at Salah, Sturridge, and Shaqiri are all sort of working together and attacking. Keeping the ball on the far side of the field more so. I don't know if Klopp's trying to exploit a weakness on Huddersfield team. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today, guys. I don't know if he's trying to exploit anything on that side of the field, but when we see the ball get over to the left side of the field, aside from maybe some of the crosses that Robertson's put into the box, because there was that one play, there's been 2 instances, and I'll bring them up now. So Shaqiri has been on the break, and there was one where Henderson made a run behind him and made a run on the far side of the field down the sideline. And the announcer actually said he ignored Henderson's run I think it was Henderson, and completely switched the play to Robertson, and then Robertson took that shot. That was one instance. And then there was one instance where Shaqiri, there was no one on that side, so no. This is what it was. I think it was actually, you know what? I'm talking nonsense right now. To be honest with you, I actually think there were two instances where Shaqiri just switched the play to the left-hand side of the field. And that kind of gets me into what I want to talk about with Lallana. Lallana getting touches has been few and far between. He's the same old Lallana that we know. Lallana is a player that's going to be fluid, smooth, technical, very technical on the ball. And we've seen about 2 or 3 examples of that in tight spaces where he's taken one touch and he's tried to fool the defender. And he may have turned the ball over, but there you can see that it's still there. He's got to get his boots back. I mean, he's got to get his feet under him. He's been out of the side forever. Poor guy has been hammered with injuries, kind of like Sturridge. So for him to be out of the side and for him to just kind of reset, that's kind of what he needs. And to really, especially against a team like Huddersfield, really, that's the exact kind of team you want to play when you're trying to get your feet back under you and get back into good form. Sorry, y'all. So my voice is cracking, so I'll kind of just bring this up now. So I had my appendix taken out this week. It was just weird. I woke up in the middle of the night, was sick, vomiting, went to the hospital, and they said, yeah, you got appendicitis, let's take it out. So got that taken care of. So my voice is like changed from the surgery. I don't know if it has anything to do with the anesthesia. I don't know if it has anything to do with me not being able to contract my diaphragm fully to talk. So my voice is kind of higher pitched and kind of lazy sounding. So I apologize for that. But got to get a podcast in. So yeah, so going back to Lallana. Lallana is just getting his feet back under him. Now, looking forward, Salah. Finally, my man Salah. And you heard me when I did the in-game reaction, but Salah, it is about time this man got another goal because I'm tired of the pundits and everyone saying, like, what the hell's wrong with Salah? And I'm guilty of it too. I was worried. I mean, could he be a one-season wonder? No. It's just people go through these droughts in form. And it's crazy when you have a season like Salah had last season where he's constantly scoring goals. It's a fluke season. I mean, that's just fact. That is a fluke season. But that's not to say he's not talented. So going back to what I was saying, he's going to have droughts in play, which is completely normal. Every player has it. Look at Mesut Ozil. He had that season with Arsenal where he had like 30 assists or something. I don't know. He led the Premier League in assists. It was unbelievable. And he hasn't done shit since. I mean, that's just how it is sometimes. So thank God Salah got a goal. It makes it even better. It's with his right foot, far post, very technical, very clinical finish. So it's good for him to get back on there. Now, going into the second half, what I'm looking for is for us to get another goal, get a solid 2-0 lead. That way, in case we do accidentally give up a goal, we're still up. Because Huddersfield is looking deadly. You can tell by the way they're attacking. They had that great shot that hit the post. They've had a few great shots, actually, a few good free kicks. They're looking very sprightly, and they're looking like they're taking our game plan and throwing it right back in our face, which is good because not a lot of teams are willing to do that. Even some of the top sides aren't willing to do that. Look at Man United when we play Mourinho. They just sit back. So it's good to see. So going into that second half, I'm looking to get that goal. I'm looking for us to tighten up on defense, keep possession a little longer, try to control the pace of the game a little bit because we're not expecting that press, so they're kind of bringing us out of our game plan. So yeah, let me know if you guys are following along with this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about what's going on. How was the international break? Are you as excited as I am to see the boys back on the field? Because, God, it seems like a month, and it's just the last 2 days leading up to it, you just get so excited. So that's how I am. I'm just enjoying it, watching the halftime show right now, getting this podcast in. All right, y'all, getting ready to watch the second half. I'll do a match reaction after the game. And then we'll upload the podcast, y'all. All right. Thanks for listening, and I'll see y'all soon. All right, y'all. 1-0 win. 1-0, excuse me. I don't know why I said 1-0. 1-0 win. Salah finally got his goal, and that's good. It's good that he got his goal, and I was talking about this earlier in the podcast, but essentially, you could see it's unbelievable sometimes how doing one little thing right in sports, whether it doesn't matter if it's soccer, doesn't matter if it's basketball, doesn't matter if it's football, American football, doesn't matter. If you do one little thing right, it can boost your confidence tenfold. And that's unbelievable because we saw it yesterday. Once Salah made that goal, every touch he got after that, he was doing little tricks. His touch was on point. The weight of his passes was perfect. It wasn't like he's been the past few games where every touch you can tell he doesn't have that confidence. You can see it. If you watch him, you can see the difference that goal made. So that's very exciting going forward because now will we see Mohamed Salah come back into form? We don't know. We don't know. It'll be really interesting to see. Really interesting to see. Now, moving forward from that, going to the Premier League table now. We got Manchester City in first place, of course. We're tied on points with them, but the goal difference, I believe, is 10 goals. Maybe more. Let me pull up the Premier League table now, actually. Yeah, 10 goal difference. 23 points even. And then you got Chelsea, Tottenham, and Arsenal, respectively, behind us. So, typical top five. I'm impressed with Arsenal, who I'm not. Who also I'm really impressed with is Wolverhampton Wolves. But again, I'm getting off track here. So, Liverpool now, 7 wins, 2 draws, no losses. It's impressive. Now, I was reading stats. I can't remember. I saw it on Instagram somewhere. But this time last year, Liverpool were 10 points behind where they were now, meaning we had 13 points. And I think Man City were 5 points up on the lead or something like that. The stat was similar to that. And if you look at the acquisitions we made this past summer, and then you look at Man City's acquisitions over the past year, we really amped up our midfield because that's what Klopp likes to rotate the most. We got in Keita, we got in Fabinho, Shaqiri. Lallana's back healthy. I mean, Klopp is not holding back when it comes to stacking his midfield. Stacking the team in general, but mainly the midfield. And the reason for that is because we'll have games like this game against Huddersfield where you don't necessarily need to put out a 100% full strength side. You may just need to put some of your substitution guys in, rotate the side, get guys a chance to rest, but also at the same time be very competitive. And I think that's what we've lacked recently. That's why we've had to prioritize whether it was the Champions League or the FA Cup or the league. But now we have this squad depth where we don't necessarily need to prioritize. We can just rotate the squad and always know that we have a full strength squad in the side. Or not full strength, but enough strength to win, to compete, to not lose, right? And 1-0, I mean, it's another Brighton game where we had a lot of chances, but we scored that one. That's all we needed. And like I said, I wanted to see us get 2 goals in the second half, but it wasn't needed. And you heard the commentators talking about do they need a second goal? But our defense was strong enough to where we got the job done. Looking forward to our next games. We got Cardiff City coming up on the 27th. Then we got Arsenal on the 3rd of November. Fulham and Watford after that, and then followed by Everton. Now, this is Premier League. Those are favorable. The Arsenal game is going to be an excellent game. When Liverpool and Arsenal meet in the past few years, it has been electric. Multiple goals. And most of the time it's either gone in our favor, with the exception, there was one, the last game of I want to say maybe the 2016 season, 2015-2016 season. We lost 4-1 there. But since then, since Firmino has been in the side, we've had consistent 3-2 wins, 4-1 wins, 3-3 draws. I mean, they've been good games. They've been really good games. So I'm looking forward to that. Fulham, I am not worried about at all. Fulham, now, let's be real, people. I mean, the crazy thing about Fulham is that these bottom side teams can come up at any time and just start wailing on a team, right? But looking at Fulham's record, they got 1 win, 2 draws, 6 losses. And Fulham, remember, they spent over £100 million this summer acquiring people like Andre Schürrle. That's the big name one that I remember, but there were a bunch of other players like that are really good players that they acquired, spent over 100 million, and they're doing horrible. And that's why I brought up Wolves before, because Wolves, they're a good quality team. Actually, in FIFA 19, my career mode, I chose Wolves, so kind of keep y'all updated on how that goes. Of course, I have one with Liverpool, but I don't put as much time and effort into the Liverpool one because I like to build the squad and like develop the players and set the tactics and all that. And with Liverpool, shit, you just get in and go. I mean, you can pretty much kill the computer any difficulty. But so going back to Fulham here, I'm not worried about Fulham. Watford is always a competitive team, always a competitive. They've always given us trouble the past few years. We've had 3-0 losses to Watford. We've also had 3-3 draws, and we've also beat them 3-0. So really, this game could go any way. But against Everton, that Everton game is going to be amazing because Everton made some huge acquisitions this summer with Richarlison, with Lucas Digne, and I'm actually pretty sure they signed. Oh no, never mind. Ross Barkley went to Chelsea, so that'll be a good game. They got some good talent. Everton's got some good talent. So now moving forward into the Champions League, y'all. Let's go. Let me pull up the Champions League table here. Okay, so we're playing. Oh crap! Belgrade. I'm looking at, for some reason, the Champions League, when you Google it, it has the actual name of the club, I think, in the native tongue, or how they would spell it. Cervenia Ceveda, so Red Star Belgrade as far as I'm concerned, but play them on the 24th, so that's coming up. I'm excited because that win puts us at the top of the table, I'm pretty sure. Maybe even on points with PSG, but again, if we beat PSG, or what if Napoli beats PSG? That'd be pretty crazy, but yeah. So I'm excited for that. Now, looking at current injuries that we've picked up, right? Mane had that hand injury, Keita with the back, and then he aggravated something else, and then Van Dijk just keeps playing through the injuries because let's be honest, Van Dijk is an absolute monster. I mean, the man's a savage. He can defend anybody. His strides are literally 5 yards apiece, and he's an absolute unit. That's all I'm going to say about Van Dijk. I will debate anybody any day of the week. Come here, debate me. Give me a better defender, and I will give you statistics, video evidence, and then an interview to seal the deal, because Virgil van Dijk is going to be a Liverpool legend. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about the matter. I mean, really. I mean, the guy is just absolutely insane. I love him. Him and Firmino. And then I'll bring this up a little bit too, since I just mentioned Firmino, but the Barcelona links for Firmino. Obviously, he's not going anywhere this season. But you got to think. History, if you're not careful, history repeats itself, right? And what have we learned? Barcelona, and really Spanish clubs in general, mainly Barcelona, have a knack for luring South American players, all right? Primarily the very talented Brazilians, Argentinians, Chileans, whatever, over to the Camp Nou. And it's scary. It's scary when you look at Firmino, though. With Coutinho, I always thought Coutinho was never going to leave, right? But that was until Barcelona came in the picture. When Barcelona came in the picture, I was thinking to myself, there's definitely a possibility he'll leave. My mindset is the same with Firmino. And I was talking to, I was emailing back and forth with a fellow YouTuber, and essentially, some fans decide to buy into the hype or whatever, and they kind of feed off of it. They like it. I'm one of those fans. I don't like the stories, but I feed off of like the news and things like that. I like to read about it. But this particular YouTuber was just like, don't worry about it until the end of the season. He doesn't even look into them. So I'm pretty calm right now about the whole situation. But again, so was I with the Coutinho thing. And then the end of the season comes around, and you got Barcelona knocking at the door, and Coutinho putting in a transfer request, and not only that, but paying his own money to go. I don't know how true that is, right? I don't have receipts. I'm just saying, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Guys, this Firmino thing is worrying me because Firmino is the heart and soul of this side. You can also argue Henderson. You could also argue Salah to a certain extent. You could argue Van Dijk. But Firmino is the staple in this side, in Klopp's side. I think Firmino and Van Dijk are right up there, like the top two. And to see another South American player go would devastate me as a fan. I don't know what I would do. Obviously, I know what I would do. I would continue to support. I still have the Coutinho jersey. I haven't burnt it. I don't think I would burn the Firmino jersey. I thought about burning the Coutinho jersey. But the thing is, he didn't do anything bad. He just wanted to fulfill a lifelong dream. So my level-headedness came out and got the best of that situation. So that's essentially what I want to say about that. But it'll be interesting to see. I know I say that a lot. It'll be interesting to see, but it will be interesting to see what happens. Guys, 7-2. I couldn't be happier or more excited watching that game yesterday because, like I mentioned, that game was energetic. Huddersfield came to play, and they gave us a run for our money. So that really excited me. All right. Now, I think that these injuries are expected, not specifically expected for each player, but they're expected because Klopp, that's going back to what I was talking about acquiring all these players in the summer. Have the squad depth, not only to remain competitive in all matches, but to also cover your ass if you get injuries, because that shit happens. And that's what Klopp's doing. You know, you can't help how many injuries you get, but you can prepare. You can be prepared. The only person you can fault if you're not prepared is yourself. And the buck stops with Klopp. So the buck stops with Klopp. I like that. The buck stops with Klopp. I'm gonna coin that. All right, y'all. But I think I gave you guys a little extra today because this podcast will have reactions mid-game and then also the post-game reaction. So let me know what you guys think of this format. If you want me to keep doing things like this, comment, subscribe, like, whatever you want to do. The actual podcast, the whole podcast will be up on Spotify as it usually is, and then I'll also upload it to the YouTube channel, So go follow the Spotify if you would rather listen on Spotify so you don't have to use data or whatever, whatever you people like to do. If you'd rather just watch it on YouTube or whatever. I just put it on YouTube so people that find the channel can find the Spotify and vice versa, just kind of two mediums there. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. I really want to know what you're thinking now because we're back from the international break. We had a great game. Players are injured. We got a lot going on. We got links starting to come up. It's bullshit, but who knows, all right? Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for tuning in, y'all, and until next time.